Hello YouTube, this is Random Gamer here to do a deck profile over my Ignites. Now, Ignites are a great kind of deck, but at the same time, have been really underused this format. Mostly because they don't have the same kind of things that they really need to pull off the best breakthrough because they got rid of Rhoda. So I kind of built a deck to have more fun with it rather than just trying to go OTK. So let's get started. First off, I run 3 Igknight Paladin. All Ignites carry the same effect. They are basically normal monsters, but have a special effect for their pendulums, which are, if you have an Igknight cards in your pendulum zone, you can destroy both cards in the pendulum zones, and if you do, add one Fire Warrior type monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Now, I might say Fire and Warrior and try meaning a wide variety of everything, and in some cases it can be, but usually you'll just be searching off other Ignites, so you can try putting more into your extra deck and special summon them through Pendulum Summoning. This one's a Pendulum Scale 2, so I thought I also need another Pendulum Scale 2. So I went for Igknight Gauntlet. Igknight Gauntlet carries the same effects, so you don't have to worry too much to this part. Keep in mind though, Paladin's level 4, and Gauntlet is level 6. To go with my level 6, I also included Igknight Veteran. And I know there is another Pendulum Scale 4, I know there's another level 4, but since it costs a lot of money right now for another cheap card. Igknight Margrave. I also incorporated rank 5s in here to try supplementing with that. But yeah, I use 4 sets of Ignites as part of my search engine. Along with those, I also carry 3 Elemental Hero Heat. Heat is never, ever used, not even by hero players very often through this new format, so it's nice and cheap. Not to mention, easy to search off with Emergency Call. And I kind of digress why I want that, because I'm also running 3 gadgets. Gadgets search each other off, so these 2 monsters both have a great kind of search engine with them. So it's really easy to add them straight to my hand without much of suffering. Why, though, do I have these with Ignites? Well, one's Pyro and one's Machine. So, I'm fusing in this deck. Mostly just for fun, but also really helps in the duel as well. That's why I'm running a King of the Swamp to try searching out my polymerizations. And of course, since I have level 4 normal monsters, I'm also running a Rescue Rabbit. Rescue Rabbit allows me to banish it and special summon 4 level 4 normal monsters, so long as they have the same name, which I can do with Paladin. That's it for the monsters. For spells, 2 Igknight Phoenix. I wanted to run 3, but at the same time we have a school ban list, so it limited it down to 2 because I was kicking ass with this deck. Igknight Phoenix has a fantastic effect. All Igknight monsters in the field gain 300 defense and attack, and also you can pop 1 Igknight monster on the field and search out your deck for another one. So it's basically the effect of the 2 Pendulum monsters, but you're only getting rid of 1. So if you're trying to pull off a Pendulum summon that turn, it really helps with flowing. Along with that, 3 emergency calls. Like I said, I need to search Heat, and it makes it a lot easier to do so. 1 Terraforming for the field spell, as well as 1 Rhoda. It would have been at 2 or maybe even 3. It's just, of course, whenever it was brought down by the ban list, I was kind of stricken down just to 1. But since our school has its own ban list, I also incorporated Pot of Greed. People who are watching going by normal ban list might get a little angry to see that card, but yes, it's used in here, and God does it help. I'm also running 2 fusion substitutes, since like I said, I'm trying to incorporate a fusion element in this deck. Since I'm pendulum summoning anyway, they're going to be on the field, so fusion substitute really comes in handy. Not to mention it includes another draw, so I don't really have to worry too much of that part either. Also, a rank up. Rank up's mostly used to include a stun element to this deck, which I'll start getting into a little bit later. That's it for spell cards. For traps, 2 Igknight Burst. The fact that I can tribute my Igknight monsters, which are spam onto the field anyway, and add cards from my opponent's side of the field to their hand is fantastic. And not to mention, I can also use it as a bait trap if I need to add a Pendulum monster from my extra deck to my hand. 2 good purposes, and both are always well accomplished. I'm also running 2 Call of the Haunteds. Biggest reason for Call of the Haunted is mostly so I can bring back my beaters. As well, if it's targeted by MST, I'm all set, I can chain it, bring back an Igknight, and in that case, it'd bring that Igknight back to my Pendulum Stone if it was used for rank. I'm also running 2 Mirror Force, in case they attack, of course. A Starlight Road. I'm gonna get into that one. I can't even wait for that. And for normal traps, I'm just using Bottomless and Compulse. Always great to get into those. That rounds up all the traps. With extra deck, Gaga Cowboy, Castell the Sky Blaster, Dark Rebellion Dragon, Photon Papillon Operative, number 103, number 50 Black Ship of Corn, number 39 Utopia. All rank 4s, all usually essentials, and all great cards in general. Each one of these helps with a little part of the deck, but usually Utopia is what I'll use when I'm trying to rank it up for number C106 Giant Red Hand. Essentially, he's our Cyber Dragon Infinity. When a card effect is activated, he instantly negates it, and that right there acts as a great stun element while I'm trying to OTK my opponents. Like I said, since I have the Margons, I'm also running number 61 Volcasaurus. It's rank 5, I can pop a card of my opponent's out of the field, always works great. Since I have a lot of level 6s, I'm also running Photon Strike Bouncer, another small stun element as well as hurting my opponent. And it helps with that part too. For Synchros, Stardust Dragon. Like when I was talking about Starlight Road, if my opponent tries to play Dark Hole or Heavy Storm or something in that instance, I can negate it right there. However, what I've realized, Igknights target 2 cards on the field while it's in the Pendulum Zone, itself as well as your other Igknight card. Say you need Stardust Dragon on the field, you can change it to that so it doesn't demand to be your opponent's. So right there, you can just target both of them, activate Starlight Road, and instantly play Stardust Dragon while only losing 1 Igknight. It serves as a great way to instantly stop some of your opponent's plays. For fusions, Blaze Phoenix Burning Bombardment Bird, and Ignition Burst Volcanon. Kind of situational depending on which one I use. If I already have field control, I'll go into Blaze Phoenix so I can just start damaging my opponent through effects. I don't have to worry about them mirror forcing me or anything. But if they have a boss monster, usually 3000 or a little up, I go with Ignight Burst Volcanon, destroy it, inflict damage equal to its attack points. What's not there to love? And that's about rounds it up.